Hello, everybody. Happy birthday to me, 46 years old. I am recording another live in a discussion. On tonight, I was just excited about preparing this time. Came in, I love to pray. And now I'm just excited about just getting things that I love to discuss in regards to disadvantaged thinking to a prosperous thinker out in the atmosphere. So on my birthday, in this quarantine time, realizing that, the numbers are still rising with this virus and we are still interacting out in the public and needing to remind myself to keep staying safe and everything. So I'm just really excited to just be able to be doing a live on my birthday because I love being in company of so many people. I have great relationships with so many people, and we all share great times with each other. And we have been sharpers one to another. When I say I'm helping someone, it's not always about me helping someone. I understand helping others because I get help too. And I learn in that process of receiving and how to sow when I receive. So on today, our discussion is going to be about expectation. Happy birthday to me. I know this may be at a later date or time, but on this recording live, it is my birthday. So I just want to say that now. We're going to get right into. All right, we're talking about expectations. All right, when we tend to learn of things, people, a person or place, we gain expectation. We get knowledge about the person, the things, the place, and everything. That expectation just get the clicking in of what you should receive or what you should expect or how it should look or, things of that sort. Actually, you have your own set of goals and things you tend to risk when you have expectations. And I I have actually gotten many of lenses for my eyes because I'm excited about what I needed to do and to be able to read and say things the right way. Glasses. So I'm gonna be flicking these on and off while I'm going on there because um it's a different type of visual. Okay, back to our discussion. You expect things and you expect things, you know, we expect things to be right. When you pay things out, you come to an understanding of how things can go. You do expect it to come out the way you plan it to go. But the actual action or how it may come out to may not, amount to the same thing or the level that you expected. Okay. We just be thinking when we expecting stuff. We just get in the mindset of thinking and seeing how this can work out or how this can do adjust for you. Just be expecting stuff. you know how others may have um others may have their expectations of you too. you know you may be some form of person, and then when you come around others, they just expect you to be that type of person. Like when there's a gathering, we may have one person know how to cook real good, so we just expect that person to be cooking when we gather. And so, we tend to be knowledgeable of others' capabilities when we're expecting things, and also knowledgeable of our surroundings when we're expecting things. And there is a line of communication that's needed um, for you to understand, to even expect something. What if we do nothing and nothing happened? You can't expect anything. Quick in there, I just want to throw that out there. It's a way you plan and it's a way you expect things. You sow the seeds and you know that you expect to reap that you tend to put yourself out to. Now it's not always about money and sowing and giving or I don't want to just use those words for you to come from um what I'm saying about expectations. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the meaning. All right. Expectations is used as a noun. You it's an action. It's an action. You have to be made, and it has to be made beyond what your current situation is or whatever it is. It's an action. Period. It's a strong belief that something will or can happen or will be a case in the future. You just have some type of understanding and you expect things. I mean, we use another noun, faith. Faith. Something like the complete truth and confidence in something, even someone. We have to expect things that we know that's if on our understanding of knowing that it can happen. To just even put your foot out, you know, for things and to expect things. And all this, are and can be viewed as a spiritual apprehension. Yep, yep, come within. Yep, thinking, praying, connection, all that stuff, you know, way to so, way to so. You get this from understanding, think, you know, and divine to some tools and keys that you use, and it's 10 of them to think. All right. And then when you expect this stuff, you tend to have some knowledge. Knowledge. So when you get a little knowledge and understanding, you can gain the courage to add something up to kind of or kind of expect I love you. What you reaching out for. Now, wisdom. Wisdom is like coming together, understanding, acknowledging everything that's made Bob, that's really being able to walk in it, plan it. It may have not come to pass. It's still, in a complete truth and confidence in something that it can even happen. You know, those expectations. Those expectations. You want to keep those um that muscle memory going. You want to expect things. You want to have goals. You want to graduate. You want to look for, but not give it so much glory, but just to know that is a need. What is it to expect? What do you expect of yourself? You need to note these things down. You need to write things down and make it plain. Just write it down and make it plain. What is expected of you? First, start there. First, start with what is expected of you now. Then you can gain a great understanding of what you're capable of doing, what you expect of yourself, daily, hourly, what to produce, accomplish, what to get to. Get order, some type of understanding, accomplish some things. That's one way to really practice, gaining that understanding that position of the expectation, what you expect from yourself and others. One thing to think but to work is really to know that exercising the action of taking action. It just gives you some form of reference and it brings you to a graduate state when you do the things you're supposed to do and what's expected of you and what you expect of yourself. Take action, have courage. All right, courage. Courage in this book has 5 keys, right? And you can apply them in your own area in your life and truly gain courage and take action. But you first got to write it down. First, got to write it down. As you reflect on your wishes, accomplishments, your family, career problems, so on, all those beautiful things, you want to have expectations. You want to know what has to happen, what needs to happen, what has to happen, the needs. We got to start with the needs before we get to the wants. You will need to see the progress and the process that's needed. If nothing is done, nothing is going to happen. So what you are going to expect? Nothing. All right. You still have to live and have life. So in that, know who you are, say your name, and address nothing but great things behind saying your name. Some people are just, in a position, people don't expect much of themselves or of others. We want to realize that that is a nature, that is a love of nature, that is a graduate situation, that is a unity that's needed because we need each other. So there are expectations amongst each other that's miscommunicated, not communicated. People expect much, but what can you give? Being in your reality. Being in your reality so that you can walk holy in what is expected of you. One thing that I learned um, around this time, and the reason why I'm so excited about talking about this on my birthday, because I just realized, like, what's expected of me? What can I do? I'm always wanting to prepare a table so I can be excited. So nothing is in my way to do what I got to do, be who I want to be, say what I want to say. All right. No, so let's stay focused. Another question, and that's me. I'm happy. Another question, what are you giving? Now you have expectations, and you have expectations of yourself, and you have expectations of others. But we always know this whole disadvantage thinking, prosper thinking is not about pointing fingers at anybody else or even putting your mind to jump in that position. It's truly to ground yourself where you're at and what actually, let me bring it back to what we should be expecting out of ourselves, out of ourselves. And all we your creator. That brings it back. Go back to your mama, your daddy, how that happened, however your worship is, however, you know, ground yourself in your actions and in knowledge. So you just don't be fishing on a wishbone. No, no need to. You know, ground yourself. I ground myself. Things of nothing but grounded great things. I just like to keep it real with me. If I cannot keep it real with me, if there's some game plan going on, I understand. Because first, I'm going to keep it real with me, and I'm going to expect my emotions, my physical, my outer being, my things to stay in position because I understand how I'm built, what I've gone through, and I know what I have to do the things that's expected of me. All right. That surround around things, family, my goals, the career, any problems, so on, you know, the accomplishments, all of those things. We expect that. And the unexpected. the unexpected comes among us. So then it just goes back to that ain't all what you think, all what you got cut out. But the deal is just to set yourself up and you know what is greater is within you. You know, I can't even quote what I want to quote, but you want what's greater in you, you know, to come out. You want that to come out. You don't even understand what's in you until you produce. You know, over these years, I am in a greater um, number of years of life, and I am so excited, even performing things that I am able to perform in these years because years before, I was not able to perform none of the things that I have expected of myself. You know, it just was hard. And it's some things that I still expect of myself that I have not yet accomplished. And that's just great because I have more goals. I have things to pray for, you know, and we have a day to rejoice is on a day like this. You know, it's my birthday. I am going to reflect. I'm going to cry out. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to write it down, make it plain, keep it real. What is it? What is it? What is it? Yes, yes, yes. I'm happy. Thank you. Oh my, all that stuff. But at some point, you have to be grounded within yourself. And what I've taken at this time, when that time came in, like this ain't the time that my mother conceived me, but this is the date in this natural time. I just took it to just thank the Lord, come in some type of understanding what is great out in the atmosphere. I'm pulling it in to me. You know, not all birthdays are done. Yeah, give thanks. I give thanks. The opportunity. There is a pandemic going on. We cannot come together. I know in heaven sense that I will be, you know, hugging, saying hi. We trying our best to fist hand. I don't even think that's good because you shouldn't touch your face. Then we've been talking about the cover up the mask. I'm just trying to refresh my memory on how to be safe. And so at this time, there's no option to perform in any type of way I like to be in. I said to rejoice. And also, I'm going to review. And in that, I'm going to have and write down some expectations of myself future, you know, for the future, and for what's going on and what I have to do. Also, to know that it's muscle memory that I want to continue to practice it. You know, as you gain knowledge of life and everything, you want to still expect nothing but the greater. You don't want to just get so in tune with what's going on, taking it in and not bringing greatness out of you. Have to bring greatness out of you. And if you don't have a seed inside of you, you need to get seed sold in you that is of greatness. Accompany yourself and accomplish those that mind frame. You know, activate those expectations of yourself and others around you. Know that you are to speak positivity. You know, like I was saying, say your name and say great things after that. I expect nothing but big and great. You know, you know, if it ain't done right, you know, I ain't got room for it. You know, with much, much is required. I delight in all that God has blessed me with. You know, everything have not been all good and everything have not been all bad. It has been life. And I'm excited and that expectation to be able to live and be in life and knowing that things can get greater. And that is the mindset where it starts. Now we have to expect the things that we cannot change. You know, some stuff we just can't change. Some things are the way it is, you know, that, you can say one thing, but what you do is your truth, right? So you have to operate in your truth and you have to see things in your truth and please see in their truth because then your conclusion and your adding up and putting all together and what you expecting will really, you know, Won't be such probably a disappointment. Okay, you know how we deal with these things, which bring spiritual to come in. You need to have a reason to be able to heal. Yes. So, okay, that's expectation. Now, if you expect something, it don't. So now you got to heal. Who you gonna go to? Who you gonna go to? How you gonna go to? You need a reality check. Those moments of truth. I pray. I don't know how others may do it, but I pray and I talk until I correct myself. I talk until I say, "Oh no, Kamika, love. I love love. I don't like staying mad. I don't like being mean. I don't like those things. But I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna go through it because I'm gonna come out of it, and it's gonna be pressure, and I will bring pressure. I understand pressure. We understand life. You know, we have expectation. It was people that never had the pleasure of goodness. It's people that never had the ability to plan, to even act out, to have the privileges actually that some and most of us have in this time. I think of, when parents um, understand one way of living and you have children, there's another way of living that you just didn't expect. Before us, there was people, generational things, slavery, so many other things that have come before us. Um, and our expectations need to line up with greatness and with a legacy. We as a people live on a land that was built by people, and they died. Some have not even been spoken of. That goes back into those individuals that never had the pleasure, um, but they had belief and faith. And even if they didn't have the increment of the expectation of doing great, need to sow into you when you grasp any type of understanding. Life in general should bring greatness out of anyone when you wake up, especially in this time. Now that we have so much analyzing the information we can gather. We know, how we can alter the truth. Come on. Now, I mean, we can just erase things that happened before and just act like it's a new whole platform. No, you but to to gain real solid expectations, do not skip a beat. Do not misunderstand. Do not gain real knowledge. All right? And it just goes back to reference, that spiritual apprehension. It's your reference with you. You know, I do not gather what I'm saying now off of I adopt knowledge. And when I adopt knowledge, I understand. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how I maneuver, that's how I'm thinking, that's how I'm going. Using common words of other great people of great positive words that's spoken, that's common with others. You know, those things are expected. You are like when you say things of greatness of the Lord, certain things are expected, those words, certain things are expected of people, certain things are expected, all right? But now we don't want to stay into looking on the outer shell. We want to bring it back to self and really grounding expectations for ourselves. Stay in the mindset of passing down, forming a legacy, getting into a ground and foundational place with you in a body that will be of a great purpose, unity, that family, that foundation. Who are you? You know, You are going to have great expectations that's going to be put upon you, but you stay grounded in the expectations. That's what I do. I stay grounded in the expectations that I have for me. Now, it's easy. It is. Once you leave out your door or do anything or answer your phone, look at something, things change. Things go. One thing, I'm not a person that like to watch TV. My emotions, I am very, I am, yeah, I'm like that soil. If you throw some on it, it's going to grow. I gotta watch. I have to build, I have to put me a shield, I have to do so much. And when things tend to go through the cracks of those um shields and everything, I have to pray and review and do the things I need to do to make sure that I do the things that I expect to do. Because a disappointing yourself is true. You know, disappointing yourself is the truth. People tend to feel I want to be, how they be all the way into something they want to boom it on. It should reflect, you know, have expectation and know are human. We form the ways we go. Pay attention to where you are and where are you heading. You can't, okay, we just, okay, you cannot be doing this and expect this. No, no, let me hide. Now, some ways may perform, and it may be some falsehood in performance because we see actions define your truth, you know, but the mindset and the ability we can change our mind and do better and greater ourselves and maneuver and change and grow. And you can, all right, if you go there, but the fact that we have that ability. Be mindful. Just stay mindful. Pay attention to where you are and where you head. What the things you do? What are the things you doing? Where are you sowing? Where are your seeds going? Where your seeds is going is where your heart is. Do you need to change your heart? Do you need to change where your seeds are going? Are you reaping how you are sowing? Now to say, what's your expectations? All right? No judgment. No judgment. But in all you do, pray. All right? If you over a body of people, pray. Pray for them, pray with them. The hating will happen. Things are going to happen for growth. That's a human thing. We are human. We have to do things to greater ourselves. Some things need to be exposed, to be educated. All right? In ourselves, with others. Hey, it happens. It happens. You're like, oh, I did not expect that out of myself. Over there and pray about it. Just kind of limits you to tear up. Where things just cannot pay out to what you expected. Okay? Show up mightily, so you can expect great. Think big. Right now, man, the most biggest thinker that plan and write it down and make it plain and do all the things together with a unity, a body of people is moving. It's moving. It's nothing but moving. It is an era in every form of life for a body of people to move and be prosperous, to be loving, to be in great nature, to have expectation, to accomplish things, to get things done. Apply yourself and see how things process. Try it. See how things process. Try something great and see how you feel. Write something down and say, I'm gonna do that. I got to do this. I have a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard. When I say whiteboard, I have a board on the wall with a frame. And then it's white. I use color markers and things, and I write that stuff down, and I'm able to erase it. I write up there, and spelling ain't always been my big thing. And then I had this nice, beautiful art way of writing, so it's for my visual. So I write things down and I make it plain, okay? And when I write down there, I expect it because I done came out of thinking, using those 10 keys. I'm expecting based on the knowledge and understanding, you know, all that different stuff, and then I write it down. When I write it down and I see it, like, okay, would you tripping? Can it happen? You know, oh, do I need some people to get this done? You know, how is this going to happen? You know, now you get them, I get the writing stuff down and get all, it goes down to the thinking part for you to expect things and to make things happen and get it done. Okay. Well, line yourself up. Yeah. Because everything you expect is not going to be in your full capability. Our blessings was more, it was a greater act. When you get blessed, you be like, dang, that was bigger than what I thought. You know, I seen a lot of people get blessed, right? You know, when they was lining up for the blessing, it was like, oh, yeah, yeah, we always sticking together. Oh, you do me, I do you. I'm talking about when they get blossom, it was like, you know, there had to be some real understanding going on. It was tapping into some real foundation and some areas within people, they was still in think without even understanding the courage action need to be taken, right? Because a lot of things, when you're blessed and it come beyond your understanding, you have to start thinking and understanding. Okay, oh my goodness, that happened. Now we do get prideful individuals that try to be like, oh, I knew it was gonna happen, or I could do this, or I made it happen, or eyes. Mm-mm. This this don't got nothing to do with no eye. When you dealing with eye, you working on you. Okay, you form the whole. See, because when you come whole and thinking, you have a body already. Okay, I'm my birthday. I was born by mother and father. Okay, they made this. They made this. Yeah. Mother and father made this. Yeah. It was a process. It was some expectation. Probably wasn't all what they expected. It probably didn't paid all like it's supposed to be, you know. But hey, it's blessings and things. I know I'm a blessing. I know I'm a blessing. You know, I know I'm a blessing when I take the whole me and line me up to help others in my thinking, in my doing in nature, and even being in nature with others. I don't look to tear individuals down or even think negative of them. That's just a waste of energy. I just don't want. My daddy got this thing on his. He got these two little marks right here, naturally, and it is not about him being mean. But he always wanted to do counseling and working with people, or in an office work, or but because of his physique and his look, people expected him to go and do the rough thing, the muscle thing or something, but man, the man heart, oh my God, it's just like that. But that heart, my brothers got that heart, that good heart. It's good. It's real. So you know, you got these expectations, right? Of yourself within yourself, but your outer body is perceiving something so totally different than what things gonna pay out to be. So I remember It was a time, God, I thank you for the time when he came home and he was going out, going here, man, he is not going to be without. He's going to bring it home. He's going to give it to mama. She's going to give him a percentage because the foundation is going to be taken care of. That's the thoroughbred and where I come from. Okay. I have a grandfather right now that his heart and desire is to provide for his wife, sitting on a couch right now. And my granny. That's another goal in a great family structure that I expect. All right. And I have expectations to line myself up, and I expect things to line up just so. But back into that outer appearance and what you expect from yourself and what your reaction will be from how your outer appearance may be. And like I was just discussing, and my father had these nice natural wrinkles in his forehead. And so when he smiled, he kind of still looked like he frowning. Okay. Now, in it, I remember him going to a job. He was like, I asked for the office job to be up front, and the man just, he was startled when he looked at me. And I already knew I wouldn't want to get the job. He, he, it really was about the age and the work, and not really tearing your body down and knowing you got the knowledge and understanding to bring more to the table than your physical and what that outer appearance may appear and what people may expect from you of the, what they may, expect out of you. But to bring that inner self out, stay in tune with that, stay in connection with that. Understand that you line yourself up with blessings, okay? Expect that. You know, while you think of yourself and how you think of yourself, expect nothing but greater. Nothing but greater. Because a lot of odds be against us. We lack understanding. We continuous lack understanding. What can we do? How do you handle it? How will you react? Do you blame others? Are you a blamer? Do you blame yourself? Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive yourself? I am always, let me tell you how I learned. See, my grandmother told me, Kamika, forgiveness is going to get you to heaven. Ain't no need to be getting all ugly because you're going to have to forget. Yeah, you're going to have to forget. So the practice of real in-depth, ignorant activities and just continues on, you already know what to expect. So you need to reverse, ground yourself and re-surround yourself. So those things are not so, will not be so. Change your ways, change your thinking to greater. So you can have greater expectation of yourself and others. You know, you can't expect anything from no one that you can't give to yourself. You know, and I say that because I just, I'm patient. I'm patient. I am going to get it the right way. And in certain foundations, you got to do it yourself. Yeah, you got to do it yourself. Yep, you got to do it yourself. You got to learn yourself. You got to research. And there's so many tools and so many things out here to accomplish things, to even be at a certain level of expectation. Now when we're communicating with individuals, doing business every day, expect that. Type sentence, have great grammar, email, fax, text, all different type of ways. So there is a continuous um, nature of growth and the need to review, write things down, and just model great expectations of yourself. Around this time, I just find it just so and such a honor to live on the land of living and to recognize parents, even on my birthday. I acknowledge my mother. It's just because I just even understand yourself. You had that relationship, and we'll have children that'll just say, you know, they have expectations of others, and or they expect others. Appreciate the truth, appreciate your growth, recognize it, gain knowledge, get some form of understanding so you can gain some expectations and some goals and great things to pass down. There's a lot of broken foundations. Don't worry about jumping ships or going across great waters. Build, form a parameter. There's a floor. And I always love a floor because, you measure the floor. There's some form of grounds and understanding how this was formed. You know, you start on one understanding, on one mission. The measurements builds that knowledge of how you can navigate and understand what can be, you know, you all stay encouraged. I am excited coming in, and I have a few more things to do. I'm not going to be long-winded with this, but I am just excited to be on the land of living and also to be going live. That is a great thing that I never would expected doing things of this sort. But I'm gonna tell you, I roll with this. This is real business for me. This is real life, and this is something that I do not care to look over, but I care to share. You know, that's just it. That's just it. Disadvantage thinking to a prosperous. That transitional thinking, that growth, that ability to unite and be with others. So many of us have so many tools and so many gifts that we singly, I in and being great in self, but in a body, there is a need for divine care, some form of unity and coming together on a platform and understanding that we are a body when we understand who we are. That I bless you. Thank you. Subscribe at Divine Care. I think, bless you.